hungry. I need food. Where can I get food? I'm gonna starve to death. What's that? Sig. I don't want a cigar. I want food. I don't have any food, just a bunch of junk. I need food. Oh, the cigar shop looks like a fast food joint. I'm gonna make it without dying. I know it. I'll have to eat this cat. Wait, I smell steak. You smell the steak? I smell some steak. You smell like steak? No. I smell steak. What's in here? Sig Filet Steak Shop. Oh yeah, baby. Yeah. One iron ingot for 8 steak. Let's see. There was music. Played music. Sig, your door plays music. Just in case you didn't know. Alright, let's see here. What in goodness gracious is this thing? Huh. What is that? Is that like an AFK room or what? What is this thing? What? I don't really know. Oh, can we leave in time? Oh my goodness, I hate this. We made it. Yeah. Alright, let's see. We got condiments here. Are they free or what? Well, that won't give me salt and pepper. Won't give me any ketchup. Sick filet sauce. Nothing. This place is already fine. You know what? If I just have to have steak, I'm just gonna have steak. So if we're gonna pay 1 ingot for 8, let's see here. I'm gonna throw in. Let's see if we can get a stack here. Oh, heaven help us! Oh my goodness, there's stuff all over the place. What we got? Oh, stack right there. I'm not gonna starve. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, nice map. Ooh, that gives me an idea. That's beautiful. Wow. There's Town Hall. There's the farm. There's Fred's Smelter. Oh, that's Agent A's like 5th house, I think. Number 5 or something. Maybe it was number 2 out of 5. And there's the bait and tackle shop. There is our logo portal. Rob's Records, and now Sig Filet right there. That's pretty cool. I think this episode we might have to play around at my base doing a little map, and then we can kind of watch it change from the sky. That'll be cool. What else we've got in here? Everything's just pretty cool. See, this is pretty neat. He took carpet in an item frame and then threw signs over it, so that gives a little cool design. Pretty cool. In the cow, check out the cow. What, did he name it? What did he name it? Anything? Got a name? I guess I can't see it through the glass, so it's not showing a name, but I think you can name this guy Dinnerbone and maybe one other name or something so that it'll turn upside down. So that cow is going to be cooking upside down like a pig. Yum, yum. Yum, yum. Well, guys, I think I'm going to take you over to the base. It's time to actually work on the base. We've got some projects planned, and it's going to have to do with some snow and ice and snow, and that was really loud. So with all the snow that's needed, look at this guy over here. He's over here doing what I'm going to need to be doing. Agent A put this together for us. And Fred's over here robbing the place. How you doing? Oh, I scared him. Shut the door. Goodbye. Alright, you can come back out. Ah ha ha, 1. Everything has to be a 1 with him. 1 Fred Jones. Ah ha ha ha, 1. Oh, you left. Oh, design flaw. I can't get that snowball. So basically, we just come in here and go. Wah! That's the most annoying noise ever. And then there we go. So we can come in here and do a little snow without having to go all the way up on the mountain where I put the ice farm with the snowman. So we got one in spawn ready to go. Let's head it over to the casa. We're gonna have to work on a ice farm. So we're gonna work on an ice generator. That'll be pretty cool. And also maybe we'll map the place out today. What do you say? Sounds like a good plan. All right, guys, see you over there. Oh, you know, I did forget to rate the 2 new establishments that spawned. So let's see here. Agent A, you did great because yours is free. So I'm gonna give you the gold ingot award on that one. And then where's the old Sig at? Sigma right there. And sir, you've got something really spooky in your chest, just so you know. Sir, you only get the Iron Ingot Award, and the reason for that, it's the lowest award given in the customer service secret shopper program. And the reason why we're going to give you that is because your condiments were out of stock, and I'm not sure what that secret little room was off to the side. And I didn't see anybody to provide customer service in there, nobody to help. It was all self-service at a fast food joint. Didn't work out too good for me, but I did get my steak, so you at least get an award of some kind. We made it back to what we're gonna call the ice box. That's what I think the name's gonna be. It'll be the ice box. That way we, most of the builds that I wanna do, as you can see, I popped a map up here, and most of the environment, because of the high elevation, has snow on it. And so I think most of the castle type walls, that kind of thing, is going to be made out of snow. It's going to be made out of ice, packed ice, and of course stone mixed together. And I think that's the theme that I'm going with. Now I did this map, and you can kind of see a little dirt line right on here. And let's see if we can update this map. That dirt line is out here. Now you guys can kind of see a new addition to this above our guard, which it looks like a couple of bridges. Now I have a plan for that, but the first thing I want to do, I think if we take this map and we place it in our hand, and it should update. And you see that dirt changing, and it's changing into what I've done since I've made the map there, right at the top section. And so if we take this out here and we play with it, we'll always be able to update our progress on the map so we can see it from above. Now obviously some of the wall work and that kind of thing that we'll be doing, we won't be able to see what we're doing. I guess I shouldn't have taken the item frame off. So let's pop that back on there. And now it's updated. You can kind of see where the snow's falling there on the bridge as well. So let's get out to that bridge and I'll show you what this is going to be. Now what I want to do is I want to make an ice gate. So I want this all to form into ice. And because the snow falls at a certain elevation, usually you can make ice at that elevation. So let's head on up there. I've done a little bit of pre-work just to save video time. The guard is still here, and right in here is where the gate's going to close down. Now this is going to be multifunctional. What makes really cool is it's going to be a gate into our ice box here, and also it's going to be an ice farm at the same time. It's going to be automatic kind of thing. Oh, don't get angry at me. I'm your friend till I kill you. And so let's hop up in this little hole here. I'm going to take you all the way to the top. All the way to the very top. And I've already put in pistons. Little hole, thank you. I've already put in pistons because it's really difficult. To save some time, I didn't want to throw dirt down to make those pistons work. So right here is where we're going to create ice generator. And how we're going to do that, let's start with water. And And actually, if we take this block and we bust it, it should turn into water, which is great, which is fine, because we're going to make a water source by 2 blocks, and then that center source will always create a water source once we take something out of it. So let's just place this here, and for now let's go ahead and put that there. And the reason why we covered those 2 water blocks is so that they don't freeze up, because we're at an elevation where water will freeze. So with time, this little area here, it just did it perfect. It just froze into an ice block. So what we have to design is a way to push this out, and then we'll have the pistons take it down. So let's get right to that. Oh, redstone torch right there. Well, we'll just leave it there. So the first thing that I want to do in this is I want to put a sticky piston right against here. Let's grab that out. Oop, that's not the sticky piston where I want it. Let's see if we can get farther back. No. Alright, well, let's not do, well, you can break and it won't be water if you don't have a block underneath it, so that'll work. And then we'll come back and we'll throw another ice block back in there. Just like that. So that'll be perfect. And then here the water source block will drain down, but we have an ice block there already, so let's place another piston here. Now this piston is going to help us do a redstone pattern that it's like a bud switch. So let's put this redstone block there, and we're going to need another piston. Actually, let's take this out real quick, and let's see if we can set another non-sticky piston right here. Perfect. And then we'll put the redstone block right there. The next thing we want to do is we want to do a dusting of redstone here. And we're going to put a repeater right here. And this repeater should go right through here to set off that torch. So let's put it there like that, and I think we'll give it probably 3 ticks. So there, this is all the setup will take. Now I'll show you what will happen once we do that. If I break this block here, that we should keep that block there. This is the one that will continue to freeze. And then that's what happens. So if we place a block, oh, it did it already. So it pushed a block of ice directly under there as soon as it formed right here. Let me show you more in time so you can see it. Solid block went in and it pushed it out. So that'll be perfect, and I'll do the other side in a second. So that's this side, it's going to be pushing ice through these pistons that way. So now we want to be able to bring power up to these pistons so that after that block gets pushed out, these pistons push it downwards. And actually I think I want that repeater, and where we're going to draw this power, because we want it to go in the sequence of everything else, we're going to push this here. You guys around Sunday? Sure. Alright, so that's where we're going to put that, and then we'll have a repeater coming off right here. This repeater needs a little bit of delay, so it'll have time, so we're just going to put it on 1, which will delay the redstone block coming out here. So once that pushes, then it'll send a signal up to push the blocks above after that. Go up this way, and let's see, let's just draw it up into this area here. And we want to bring this redstone directly across. So now once it triggers a switch from that ice block forming, then it'll draw the power. This redstone block will come down, kicking on this repeater, sending a redstone signal here. Now this block is directly in the center. I think I have 13 pistons across here. So if that block turns to ice, it'll turn on the signal that goes all the way into this block and stops. And I'll do the same on the other side, which will go on this block and stop. And either side will activate this piston whenever it goes. So let's take this redstone that we created, this redstone line, and we're going to take it down to the next layer, and I'll show you what we're doing there. Bring that all the way down. Let's say we go right here, and we're going to draw this one around. I think we're going to put a repeater probably right here to extend the signal so we don't run out. And then this one we're going to do right here. Where are you? There we be. And we're going to bring this redstone signal underneath and into this block. And then this redstone signal will then come this way. And the delay on these, since we did 1 on that other one, we can do 3 on this one, which it doesn't matter because it'll come down at the same time. But this one needs to trigger before this one. So as long as this delay is a little longer, so we're going to put that on a 4 and that one on a 3. So now what's going to happen once we send these blocks out, you're starting to see them come out, but now we've got redstone signal on the pistons there. So once that it pushes another block out, that first piston, both those pistons will trigger, pushing ice blocks down. It'll only push them 12 blocks, which that's where I'm standing currently right now. So when it gets to its very bottom, then these pistons will push it over. That piston will start another run 12 blocks down, and then that will bring us to the very, very bottom where we want to be. And it'll go all the way down in here. So one way I've made this where I can access that to be able to mine these ice blocks up is through here. And I can, once this thing is completely filled in, I can come down here with Silk Touch and just break all this ice out as far as I can reach. Then I can come up to the next layer here, swing around, and then I can reach up in here and clear all these out. When I'm not mining it, it'll just be a solid sheet of ice through here, a solid sheet of ice through there, creating an ice gate. Now if I'm coming through here and I want to get into my base, all I gotta do is clear out a little hole for me to go through, and based off of the pushing limits of the pistons, it'll just fill in that hole. Whatever hole's created, that's the only pistons that will work during that given time once it creates ice blocks at the very top. So I'm going to go through here and I'm going to finish both sides and we'll kind of see it work, and then I'm going to go ahead and let it fill all the way in, and we'll come back and show you what that looks like next. Okay, so I was playing with this design, and what I found out was there was a chance that this piston would continue to, once this line here gets pushed down completely all the way to the ground, it'll reach its block limit on what this piston right here can push, but then this piston continues to push outward. And an example of that is going to be what you see right here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to just take a furnace and we're just going to put them in here, because a piston can't push a furnace. If we can get a furnace in every one of these sections here, and then we're going to block, let's see, let's take this out. And I think probably what I'm going to end up doing as well is probably putting some sort of block design on the other side of that. Let's see how that works out. Alright, so we got that in there now, and then we're just going to throw the rest of these furnaces. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to come through here. I'm going to drop down and go ahead and pick those up. Can't be littering around the place, around the icebox, man. We need this place nice and clean. So now, when this line reaches its block limit, it won't be able to push that out any further, because it will reach that furnace, which will put it at a still. It'll come to a standstill on what it pushes. So let's come over here and we'll put this back the way we found it, and then we'll do some tests and kind of see if that's going to help us get... Whoa, well, that's counterproductive, isn't it? Let's go ahead and just get some... build ourselves a little pillar here. Alright, Now let's reach up here. That furnace is there. From the back side, it doesn't look too horrible, but we could probably work in, I don't know, we might even leave it. We'll play with the design of really putting something really nice on here in later, probably next episode. So let's go ahead and check out this. And one way I can feed this, just to give it some tests, is if I go all the way to the top and just keep throwing ice within the circuit here, we should be able to get some sort of results. What's in there? There's an egg in there. Where's the chicken at? Must be, there he is. That chicken's laying eggs in my system. And speaking of chickens, we are now on the pre-release of 1.7.3, and what that means is that dude could have a baby zombie on it. I think there's baby zombie jockeys on chickens now in the 1.7.3. That's going to be a good time. So if we push that out, that other one's reached its block limit. So let's go ahead and go down, look at, see what exactly we're doing with this. And right now, this one, since that's reached its block limit and this piston can't push anything out, then because of that, that piston up there won't push down anymore, and then the ice just keeps pushed out until those pistons in the middle push it down. So let's come back up. Let's take a look though. I just want to double check. This one's right by that piston. And so this one down here probably's got about 7 more blocks. So let's throw about 10 or 12 blocks in and see if we resolve that problem. And once we have, then I'll go ahead and just let it run its course off camera, or also just keep feeding blocks. So it's 3, we'll put 4 in there, 5 in there, 6, 7, nothing's popping out, so that's a plus. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Alright, so we're going to drop on down. Better eat. Better eat instead of drop down. We might find ourselves with another death. Monkey boy can't afford any more of those. That's for real. Let's see, where am I on deaths? Oh, I'm 71. I think I let a wither kill me. Can't remember. Alright, so now this is working. That's coming down, and pretty soon the next line to be pushed should be right there. Let's go ahead and drop down all the way and see if we reach the bottom on this guy. Oh, somebody's mad. Somebody's not happy with me. Well, we got him twice, but he's wearing armor, so 3 times. Dude, do you not die? Do you not die? 5, 6, 7. Alright, let's take a look. Let's see. Yeah, that goes all the way down. And you probably can't see it because of the darkness level here, but it went all the way down. So if we put a few more blocks up here in the dispenser of ice, then we'll kind of see where that takes us. It should create a whole nother row. So let's do 5 and see if it creates a row of 5 coming out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so let's drop on down. I can afford it this time. Perfect. And look up, and we're creating a whole nother line. So we resolved that problem by putting furnaces there, so this can only push out 1, and you can't push that furnace out. So we'll save the face here. It'll force these to fill in, that to push out, that to push down till this one reaches its block limit. It won't push anymore. And then this run here will have to come out until they keep coming out and coming down. So basically how this is going to fill in is from the outsides first, and then it'll fill in the middle. And if it reaches, each piston reaches its block limit of what it can push, then it will just fill in the holes where there's available space. So let me speed up the system a little bit by force feeding some ice, and we'll show you what we come up with. Alright, the ice all went into place. So if I'm coming through here and I want to go through my gate, I'm just going to come and, you know, it doesn't matter which section, I just knock it right out and I come into my icebox castle. And then once these trigger, it'll fill that gap in, and I'll help speed up that process to kind of show you. Now, one of the things with all these pistons in this redstone is the lag that it may create on the server. But it's not a big deal, because once these pistons hit their block limit, it's not going to activate anything at all. Now, if I leave that ice gate completely down and I don't mine that gate up with time, it'll freeze these blocks stuck right here, which that's fine. Whenever I come and I want to mine it out and reactivate it, I just come up here and then break this block out, and then it'll start a new cycle and start filling back up again. So I just took that out, and I'm going to add 2 more. Speed up the process on the ice forming, activating the system. Now here, I know I showed you how to put this together, but to kind of explain how it works is to complete a circuit, when there's a solid block above that piston, that's what will activate it to move that redstone block forward. And with doing that, it'll create a whole circuit to power this once again and send it back until again that block is full. So once this comes out, this piston's activated, push the ice block away, which deactivates the piston, and we're rolling in a cycle back again. So let's go down and take a look and see if we've got that little water gate or the ice gate filled in. Sure enough, it did. So we've got this thing set just solid, man. We got ourselves a ice gate, and I think that's going to conclude the time that we have for this episode. We're going to have to come in here and I think I want to probably chip away at this a little bit. I do want the entrance on both sides to be somewhat symmetrical, and then when we get into all this wall and this kind of stuff, I think it's going to be more unique to stick to the natural terrain and come up with things that we can use in those fashions. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I think this is one of the cooler things that I've seen. I thought, wow, this would be really neat to come up with, and you know, we can come over here and mine this bad boy out, and we'll let it fill back in. So if I just come there, it's already activated again. Come down here to the bottom, and I'll start down here, and we'll just get all these blocks first. And then I think I'll just work my way like this. And just me being in this place, just working around the land, maybe doing, building what this is going to look like on the inside there. Just being in the presence of this, it'll continue to produce ice for us. And let's double check real quick. Make sure that the ice is not in block form up here. So once I clear out the ice, I would have cleared out a little more, but for video's sake, we're going to go ahead and speed up the process and just go up here and double check. So that's still a water source block. And then over here, as long as this is still a water source block, which it's not, so that's when we need to pop up in here and just break it. It'll create a new water source block, and then it'll start the cycle all over again. So let's go ahead and drop down and see if we can get lead on the way down. Perfect. And we'll check out the crafting table in the meantime. And if we come down here, we might be able to get one more piston push. And it already pushed all those down that way, one more layer from where I mined it out. And so it has room now to accept a line of ice coming through there. and it'll just continue to push it down until the gate is closed again. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's been a good time building this and figuring it out. If you enjoyed, please click a like, and as always, subscribe. Later.